Welcome back to the channel. So this week is week 2 of the rebuild. I've been focusing on getting fitter, stronger, improving my race performance. And this week I've got a couple of Zwift races, a team ladder race, and some training sessions. So let's jump into it, see how I go down. So I took a rest day on Monday and Tuesday was ZRL. Straight into this then, and Glasgow Crit Circuit. First thing straight out the gate is a sprint. This was 10 laps, 10 sprints on the champion sprint and 10 sprints up the Clyde kicker. So you've seen the champion sprint. We go around the corner and we start hitting the Clyde kicker. This is a course that I'm normally really good at and I'm quite happy with, but for some reason I just felt flat. I felt empty. I couldn't get my legs moving and something wasn't right. And I kind of felt that really early on in the race. I had a good warm-up, probably the best warm-up I've had in a while. I ate well. I had a really early night. I carved up everything. Probably the best race prep I've ever done for a race. But turning up on the day, it just seemed to go flat. Fast forward then to lap 7, and I am still with the pack just. But I am really in the hurt locker. I don't know how I've managed to stay with the pack for as long as I have. But they are just starting to pull away from me now, and my heart rate has barely been below 180, and it's in the high 170s at the moment. And as we round this corner for what would have been the 8th sprint on this sprint straight, they just go away from me, and I just haven't got anything to kind of to keep up with them. But I did manage to get into a little group of 2 or 3 for the final sprint. And as we round the corner, I still managed somehow to pull a little bit of energy out to sprint for 40th place, which is not ideal, but it was the best I could do on the day. The team, we finished 4th on the day as a whole in points, and then we're currently sat 4th in the league with 1 race to go. So Wednesday comes then, and after a pretty rough night sleep, I wasn't feeling great on Wednesday, but I took a bit of advice from the team, and someone had mentioned that a hard effort after ZRL, I should at least do some kind of zone 2 the next day just to burn the legs off. And in this case, I found a banded zone 2 ride with the FAAST Crew on the companion app, and they were very chatty along the way. Right, there wasn't many of us. And what I didn't know was at the end there was 3 10-second sprints, which is what you're kind of seeing now. But it was a 1-hour banded ride, and then we had 3 flat out for 10-second sprints, which I didn't know about, and I probably didn't have in me, if I'm honest. But I thought I'd still give it a go since I was part of the group and it was a small group. And actually on the last one, it did hit 1200 watts, so I was quite happy with that. But I wasn't feeling great all the way through this, and I just decided to kind of stick with it. And luckily, I only did 45 minutes of the hour, so I did 40 minutes with them, or 42 minutes with them, and I carried on to finish 45 minutes. But I wasn't feeling overly great throughout this. But because it was banded, I could just spin my legs. And I did kind of keep it in the zone 1, zone 2 area. So Thursday comes then, and I have a team ladder match for the Latour team. And this is because it's the month of December. Ladder pick what courses we're on and what power-ups we've gone. So we're on 2 laps of croissant with the burrito and ghost power-up. Now, I probably shouldn't have went into this race because I wasn't feeling great at all. And at this point, my camera died, my new one. It overheated, so I need to have a look into that. And I wasn't feeling overly fresh from the 2 days previous. I know I did zone 2 the day before, but for some reason I just wasn't feeling great. I couldn't seem to get my legs moving, and I just felt empty all the way through. But I didn't want to let the team down, so I thought maybe I'll be able to maybe beat at least one or two of their riders, and that's just enough points wise. But as the race went on, it was a fast-paced race because it's a predominantly flat course. And as we come in, as we carry on and move to the final kind of 700 meters, there's 3 riders up the road, so one of ours and 2 of theirs did manage to break away. I didn't have anything in me to chase anything throughout this, so I thought the best I could do was a sprint. And you can see people are burritoing and ghosting all over the place, and I do manage to start a sprint, and it seemed like a really long sprint, and it went on forever, and I ended up having to sit down about here, and that's when the rider picked me at the line. So I was a little bit frustrated with that, but I think this was the turning point of the week where I kind of realised that there's definitely something up in my body. I'm not feeling great, and I don't know what to do for the rest of the week. So that wraps up this week. I got those 3 training days done, even though I wasn't feeling great, and in the end I decided to take the next 3 days completely off. I'm pretty sure I've picked up something from the kids that they've maybe brought home from school. So a bit of recovery is definitely the smart option. The upside is the rest should set me up nicely for a huge week ahead. Monday is the Army Champs, and that's 3 rapid fire back-to-back races, kind of like tiny races. And Tuesday is the final race in this round of ZRL. So there's a lot to get ready for. Before I go, about 42% of you is watching still aren't subscribed. So if you're enjoying this content and you want to see more of this kind, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. And thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And I'll see you next week when things really kick off.